Alrighty, welcome back. We're going to talk about pandemics and viral diseases and masks and mandates and all this other stuff in a minute. But I do want to remind you, we have quite the audience on there today. We have over 500 people watching right now just on Facebook. 40 million homes in America watching on Biz TV, or at least we hope they are. But I'm going to ask you right now to do your buddy here, JT, a favor, okay? If you're watching, please share the stream. Because there's not a lot of news networks that are talking about why we have to stop the steal every day. And when it's in the video, and I'm talking about only facts, they can't block this stuff, so you can share it. Okay? And I need you to share it, because the shares put this content in front of more people and put it in front of their friends. And it's like you tell two friends, and so on, and so on, and so on. There used to be a TV commercial about that. And you don't realize how quick this stuff can start spreading and going viral if you just do me one favor. Share the stream, tell a friend that you got to tune in to Stop the Steal TV so that we can keep getting the word out there, keep getting all the facts out there. And it's got to happen. It's just got to happen. We cannot fold right now. It's just not possible. Folding is not an option. We don't have one of the greatest fighting forces on the planet Earth, maybe in history, the U.S. military. We do not have them out there in hundreds of countries around the world with a target on their back, fighting for the freedoms and liberties that we enjoy here of free and fair elections. We don't have those people putting their life on the line so a bunch of Venezuelan guys can hack into a German server and change some votes in Detroit and Pennsylvania and Georgia so that it looks like Joe Biden won. That's not what our military goes and fights for. That's not what they're doing out there. Is that what they're doing? Are they out there fighting and putting their life on the line so that Joe Biden and his friends in the deep state can go flip an election and steal it from us? I don't think so. I think not. And we're not calling for craziness like the military to roll in the streets or anything like that. What we're calling for is civil resistance, peaceful resistance. We must unite as a community now, not start to wither away into our resolution that, oh man, we lost. This is just too much. It's painful. It's stressful. We lost. All right. Maybe Trump was a little rough around the edges. We didn't lose. Okay? And any single person out there, there are over 600 people watching right now on the stream. Thank you all. Ariana, Dan Label, Steve Cody. Steve said I'm cute. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate it. And, you know, Jan Thompson's on there. Rafael Guyona, Penny Effinger, Johnny Mack's on there. Amal, Jan Thompson, Sonia Page. Okay, here's the thing. You are as important to this mission as I am. I just sit here, and those guys do all the work. They get me the great guests and all these notes and everything else. They do that. I gotta say, thank God he gave me one talent. It's to go and sit in front of a camera and talk to you comfortably and emphatically about things that I believe in. So the one thing I'm always saying, and you got to remember this, all my friends out there who are like me, they believe in God, they have faith, they know Christ is their Savior, okay? Every one of us stands at the exact spot we are today for one reason, God's plan, okay? Whether you have faith or not, there's this universal plan that puts you where you are today. And if you spend a moment of your time looking backwards at dark spots in your life and saying, well, maybe if I did that, and if I changed that, and reimagined that, you wouldn't be where you are right now. And many people, while they may not be happy about this morning, they woke up late, they spilled their coffee in their lap. Most people, you look around, you got your faith, you got your family, and you live in the greatest country on earth. You got your freedom. And those three F's go a long way into understanding what we are fighting for right now. Because when it comes to faith, the United States of America was founded on faithful principles. Our currency, which is the #1 most respected currency in the world, says, "In God we trust." So that's one of the founding principles, that the Puritans came in and they had their little hats on and their wooden clogs, and they had Thanksgiving at Plymouth Rock or something like that, okay? Those people came here for religious freedom. They call it freedom of assembly. You can assemble and have freedom of choice to choose your religion. This country was founded on faith. And if you keep the faith right now and believe that it's God's plan, everything that's happening, you're going to be in a lot better place. And if you believe in the laws of attraction at all, like I do, that there's this greater spiritual force in the universe, you put good thoughts out there, good things come back to you. You put bad thoughts out there, bad thoughts are attracted to you. So we're not asking you to ignore the obvious, that Trump is behind, that there's been a foil at hand, or at least it seems, and don't let it get you down. Smart people have looked at the worst case scenario. They've considered it, contemplated, and aware of it. Now the next course of action is to find a piece of white light and go focus on that 100%. Because every minute you're looking at the darkness, you're wasting time on fighting for the light. And we need the light to shine on the path to victory right now. And I hate to sound like some evangelical minister, because that I am not. I am a sinner. And I have been quite the sinner over the years, and I ask the Lord all the time for his forgiveness. But if you're not keeping the faith, then you're giving up on the man upstairs. Because if you believe that he wants what's best for us and best for the greatest country on earth, the greatest civilization ever known to man, then you know one way or another, however this turns out, it was all God's plan. So keep the faith. You keep the family close. And when you got faith and family, you can fight for your freedom all you want. If you got no faith and you got no family, you got nobody to stand there and fight with you for it, okay? I want to remind you, our previous guest, John Schneider, formerly Bo Duke, he has a new movie coming out called Stand On It. If you want, many people are saying, hey, you know, where do I find these things? His site is called Cineflix, CINEFLIX.DOD, Digital On Demand. Go check it out. It's a tribute piece to Jackie Gleason and Burt Reynolds from the great Smokey the Bandit days. Great stuff. John Schneider was an awesome dude. I really appreciate him giving us some time today. Appreciate everybody out there really keeping up with us. Now, let me take a look at GFX 23, because Clark County is in Nevada. Okay, and Clark County is one of these counties that was kind of coming in towards the end, and this, that, and all these votes are going for Joe Biden. This just out last night from Matt Couch, okay? Breaking news, Clark County Commission just threw out an entire election that represents almost 1/6 of the total votes cast in Clark County, because there were too many discrepancies to be sure that the results in that election can be certain. 153,000 votes in this election were thrown out. Okay, so here's Clark County, Nevada. Everybody's saying, oh, well, he can never win Nevada. Nevada's not going to happen. He can't win that one. No! We're going to stop the steal there, too. They just threw out a race that has a 1/6, 16% of all the votes in Clark County were just thrown out. Okay, just for the Line C administrator's race. But why? Because there were too many irregularities in that race to certify the election. So you figure that one out, okay? Now, GFX 27 is an interesting one. I got a background in financial technology. I've told you this many times. I'm watching what's going on with this tech. I'm talking to some of my best tech geeks, okay? And this Princeton professor, okay, he's on TV, he's on Fox News, okay? And he hacks a Smartmatic voting machine 7 times in real time right before your eyes. And I'm sorry, he hacked it in 7 minutes, not 7 times. I misspoke. But so, you know, you think about it. Let's see. They've been plotting this for a few years now. How are we going to get in there? You got one guy who's a great, you know, data scientist, okay? And he sits down for a grand total of, You know, my grandmother used to say, you want a little 7-minute soup? You know, and she'd have the soup in 7 minutes, a little chicken noodle, 7-minute soup. By the time my grandmother made me a bowl of chicken noodle soup, the Lipton chicken noodle, she called it 7-minute soup. By the time that 7-minute soup was stirred and eaten, Princeton professor hacked a Smartmatic machine, and then he ended it off with this.
That was easy.
Easy as pie. We'll take a break. We'll come back with some more Stop the Steal right after this.